Finally, a bit of fresh air for Ian Tempest, who's been cooped up in the TMO booth for the entirety of November. The Gallagher PREM out of hibernation and back into your front rooms here with us on TNT. Bristol versus Northampton at the gate. Archie McParland, very classy player, still 20, but getting a lot of caps under his belt early in his career. Fitzharding cleans up the mess, and Bears are in possession for the first time. Uncompromising defence from the two second rows. Look at the size of them.
Very upright defence, though. Got to be careful with that first big shot of the game.
Marmion has stodgy ball, and it allows Saints and Sam Graham just to tee up their tackles. First aerial assault of the evening, and Ravovo is all alone, and Furbank, well, he looks like he's never been away. A Chris claim back in 15, a year tomorrow. The last time he played a Prem match.
Okay, use.
Oh, that is a clumsy challenge, and, well, thankfully, Sam Worsley has sprung right back up.
Oh, he just completely loses sight of him. I think Harding just runs across him slightly, and his eyes are on the ball, and he hasn't even seen Worsley. Worsley almost disappeared behind Harding. So, but you have to be aware. Your eyes have to not just look up at the ball. You need to be scanning the danger area. He's in real trouble here. Tadero.
Dan, and slow-mo, please, on that last angle.
Yeah, we'll get you slow-mo now.
I just don't understand how Tolero's completely
misjudged
where his opposite number's going to be catching the ball.
He's not bumped, not realistic position, high speed.
I genuinely think it's one of those where, because he's looking at the ball, he hasn't seen where he is because Harding's blocking him, but you have to scan at the bottom as well.
Okay, so Dan, back to us, please, when you're ready after this.
Yeah, back to you, Tam.
So Dan, I have a decision.
Yeah, go ahead. Number
14 is a tackle in the air, clearly extremely dangerous, and it will be a 20-minute red card for 14.
Yeah,
well, goodness me, it's been a week of firsts for Eduardo Todaro. His Italy debut in Genoa 7 days ago, but now his first professional red card.
It's a young lad, he's pumped up, and that's going to be such a harsh lesson for him to learn, that you just can't be so focused on the ball that you ignore everything else.
No, you've got to be taking pictures all the time, where your man is, where the ball is, you're up, you don't. You take pictures like 25 times, even in that 20 metres, and it looked like he only did one. That was
on
it,
that slow motion, you almost saw the surprise on his face as he realised he was going to make contact. Big opportunity now for the Bears to accelerate this big power play.
20 minutes to play against 14 as Rubiolo makes his first claim of the night. Ravovo, and so many Bears pouring through, and the bounce was kind and fortuitous for Furbank, but it looks like he's been dispossessed. Carried across, and the Bears haven't hesitated.
I did wonder whether they're just straight in front slightly here on the inside. It was Ravovo on the inside. I just thought might have strayed slightly ahead. But then he lets it bounce, Furbank.
It's really smart from Bristol, knowing that the Saints left wing has just been sent for a 20-minute red card. So there's no one in behind covering in exactly where the left winger would be. It's just really smart all-round play from Bristol Bears to recognise it so quickly. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to more, but yeah, he might have been slightly in front there, Benny.
Got away with it, though. Two big calls, giving Bristol foundation. You look at that area to defend with one less for Northampton. So much talent, so much carrying ability in that Bristol midfield as well.
right, please. Up and high.
Big chance here for the Bristol Bears to come this right-hand side of the screen. They've got 2 behind and 3 players on this right-hand side, only against three Saints defenders. On my money's, they've got to come this right-hand side of the scrum. It's a big chance.
Manny Yogan, Craig Wright and Trevor Davison locking with Woolmore, Thacker and Chiwatama. A stable platform demanded first for the Bears, and Marmion doesn't want to put the ball in.
Well, I don't know why Northampton are complaining. The referee will only ask them to put the ball in when the scrum's settled. And I know it's taken a while, but the referee hasn't given him the nod to put it in because they're pushing too early. You've just got to be Davison desperate to make his impact. He just needs to hold a fraction of a second. But look, Marmion's looking at the referee, waiting for the call. There's a slight bend and a slight touch of heads onto the floor.
Kieran Marmion, one of Pat Lamb's ride or dies, really. Pro 12 winner with him at Connacht. All those Island caps as well. Great experience inside Worsley. He'll be dictating play from here. That's if they can get some clean ball to work with. And finally, Ian Tempest has had enough with the Saints scrum.
Angle, far side.
He gets a call from the far side, but I thought Woolmore right in front of the referee on the far side as we were looking at it. It'll be the near side now, I think. Does he stay straight or does he flick his hips out immediately? I think he just rotates round there. But the referee gets the call that Iogan had gone in.
The Saints scrum, conscious of what we've picked up here on this left-hand side, so they feel they've got to try and turn it to give Bristol less an opportunity on this right-hand side of the pitch, because it's clear as day they're going to get very close to scoring a try if the scrum doesn't wheel that way.
Too much weight.
Marmion taps, goes, surges to the line and takes care of business. No scrum required. Kieran Marmion gets it done. The Bears on the board, nice and early at the gate.
Great reactions from Marmion. I think Northampton will be devastated, Davison, with the free kick that goes against him, because his opposite number, Woolmore, doesn't want to put his head into the scrum, so he stands up, and the referee puts the short arm penalty. And very, very fast reactions from Marmion.
The ideal first kick of the night for Sam Worsley. He maximises his half-back partner's effort.
Sam Graham seemed to do everything right. He got back to the line in time. He's ready to go off, but he took a step and then stopped. And with a guy as fast as that with footwork, you can't sit on your try line. He's going to beat you either side. The Saints could have reacted quicker. They know that Bristol want to play the game like this fast. As soon as it was a free kick penalty, you've got to get on the try line and get off.
I do think Woolmore's just got one under the skin of Davison there, because he didn't want to put his head in. He was slightly slow, hesitant to go in. You can see why Davidson carried on, because he's expecting quite a big collision as they engage there. And then a quick free kick, and suddenly they're 7 points down and still a player down.
The try scorer to Chiwatama. One of two Zimbabwean qualified players in the matchday 23s today. Cleopas Kundiona, the other waiting to come on later for Saints. Ravovo owns the airspace at Ashton Gate. Marmion is having a ball out there, spotting space, exploiting the depleted numbers.
Was that touched?
They're definitely targeting that right wing, where Tolero would have been. Don't see Bristol kick as much as this, but great clean catch from Ravovo. And then again, Marmion with a kick after. Having a 20-minute red card so early into a game just affects things more than it would had it been further into the game. You get a chance to settle as a team. They haven't been allowed that here, Saints. 1 minute in, you've lost a player. You've got to try and sort it out quickly.
Saints with some very rare ball in hand time. It won't last long as McParland seeks the safety of the touchline.
And they're lucky to get away with that line-out delivery as well. Fortunately for them, it bounced backwards, but the transfer of the ball as they went for the drive, not clean. And at the moment, Saints are up on the ropes a little bit.
Ashley, would it be worth mentioning as well that on the other wing, you've got Armena Thangusau, who's on Premiership debut. So he's a very young individual there who's covering a lot of bases in the absence of Tadaro.
And to throw in the mix as well, Furbank's first game back. Just a lot of moving parts in the back three right now.
Bristol are thriving in the conditions right now against 14. Fitzharding ignored, but it's well read. But look at the strength, the determination to battle on through the initial challenge. Van Rensburg hits the line hard. Harding, every bear fully alert to their role as Vili Mata gets his first mention of the evening. The Fijian number 8. Pick and go and drive. Atlee denied, but a cluster of Bears around the ball. And they're going the hard way, the alpha way. Ball dislodged, Batley wise to it, spinning. And then the door slams shut. Marmion.
They're on it here.
Fires it. The hands are sweet. The hands are perfect. And Tom Jordan, back in a Bears jersey for the first time in 6 weeks, is back with a bang.
Of destructive carrying from a lot of the Bristol forwards there. And Northampton getting the initial tackle in place, but then letting people out of the contact, and they spin and they manage to get those extra metres. That gets them within 2 metres of the line, and they almost score here. Brilliant tackle at the death, but they commit 3 yellow shirts. There's already 3 others on the floor, so they're going to run out of numbers out wide, and it's just a case of picking a really intelligent line, and Jordan goes over.
Really smart from Bristol, just not rushing, just going through the phases. Normally sometimes we see teams push this pass and it's not needed. Smart from Jimmy Williams on first game back as well. He's someone that they've missed in the centres. Control in hand. Tom Jordan getting his try, but the forwards are really calm in the middle, phase after phase, and only striked when it was 100% on. Sometimes we see teams get that wrong, but Bristol got that bang on.
Pat Lamb couldn't have wished for a better opening 11 minutes. 14 to the goods against the 14 of the Saints.
Yeah, I've got it by blue in the air.
Slightly untidy.
Okay. So knock on blue in the air.
Kick-off receipt, and at last,
knock on.
a semblance of a foothold for Saints.
I hope Ian Tempest has been working on his fitness while he's been in the cabin. I reckon he's got one of those seats, he just keep moving the feet.
Burpees.
There's the debutant. Armena Thangusau. Phil Dowson this week said that he remembered playing 7s against his dad and getting done by him a few times. So there's a bit of footwork in the gene pool that we're yet to see unleashed.
Got to stay down here now, Northampton. Just relieve some of that pressure that they've been under.
First visit to the 22 for the Saints, and it's a good entry, a big den. And Callum Chick, who's rarely tasted victory here, continues it, but then the hands let the Saints down.
Knock on, lads, first. Scrum.
It's a brilliant carry from Callum Chick, exactly what they brought him in to do. The clear out couldn't be more perfect, but I just think McParland takes too many steps off the back of it. Great carry, look at this clear out, perfect ball. That extra step maybe, I think Litchfield just wants that off the floor. He spotted a gap, but unless you're communicating that with your 9, he's not going to magically know. And it's just on his back shoulder slightly. He should have caught it, but it's on his back shoulder.
When you've got JJ van der Mesch 2 metres away from you as well, I know the option I'd be hitting. It's a case sometimes a scrum half, you get your hands on the ball, you're going you want to find the fancy pass, long pass, but man, if that guy's in front of you, just give it him every day of the week.
Well, he's the leader of this Saints side that's dominating the post-contact meters, but so too Bristol as well. Big carriers, but at the moment, the scrum is the delight of the Bears, and for that man there, just a second Premiership start this season, a first for Harry Thacker, and some real conundrums to solve for that man there, Phil Dowson.
Again, it's Eogan, I think, that's called up by the referee's assistant on this side.
Keep working, fellas. Doesn't matter which side I go to, it seems to be the other. So we'll keep making decisions. There you go, lads.
You can see it crabbing, although it's on the far side that the penalty goes against. You could see the yellow socks crabbing round, couldn't you?
Bristol just lost 2 lineouts, all Premiership coming into this game.
No competition.
Pretty wayward throw, but no competition, so play on, and just half a read from Prowse. And Furbank scampering across.
Stop, 12!
Cultured little dab that gets a skip and a slip off the slightly greasy turf. It's a nice dry night. Tom Jordan keeps himself in play. Walmart swallowed up by the arms of Prowse. Captain Saints in the last game of last year's Premiership at Gloucester. Young side, just like it is today. And they're fighting fires at the moment.
Definitely kicking more, Bristol, putting that man there, Furbank, under more pressure. Thangaso's he's getting caught too high sometimes. And I mean, we can't blame him too much, you know, it's his first night, so Furbank's got to pull him back a little bit more.
Van Rensburg introduces Jordan. Ravovo, crunching hit from Furbank. Takes some muscle to bring down the flying Fijian just as he's beginning to stretch his legs. Worsley, just manipulating this Saints defence. Thacker on the edge, scampering in the 5-metre channel. Just puts foot to the floor and dragged a metre short. Marmion's in for a double. The Bears rampant in the opening 15 minutes here at the game. 3 tries and a brace of Kieran Marmion.
Look how much wider they are than the Saints defence. And as soon as they get that pass away to Grondona, they're in trouble. That's a poor pass, actually. It stops Harry Thacker, but how well does he do? Takes 3 players all the way to the line. They don't get the bodies in place. There's no way Van der Mesch is going to get there in time. Spotted by Marmion, and he just dots over.
So I love a bit of skill there from Joe Batley, isn't it? It's a no-look, outside, off-the-shoulder pass.
Clear.
While running out defence. It's so hard to do. And if you've got a forward that can complete that skill, as a back, you know you can get yourself to places and in space that might not always be the case.
Worsley slots his 20th successful kick of the campaign. And Bristol are red hot right now.
We'll see it again here. Joe Batley, straight at the line, no look. He knows the Williams. And that's only created by playing with it and running at training. Hours and hours of minutes on the field, knowing where people in your team are going to be. Thacker does so well at the touchline just to stay in and get low and keep fighting. It ends up being an easy finish from Marmion.
He was due to captain England A against the All Black 15, Joe Batley, but he had a bit of good news with partner Anna giving birth to their second child. He's still got to play, but no captain's armband. But a big hand in some of the good midfield deeds at the moment for these Bears. Saints seek some territory from George Furbank's boot. It won't be a 50-22, but it'll be a bit of field position.
Okay, that's your
Say that again, Joe. So he's meant to be captain, but he had a baby, so he got it took off him.
That's good, that's good.
Correct. Okay. That's how it works, apparently. In the England A
captaincy or the baby.
How many? Thank you.
Well, Lewis Rees Zamet has been introduced early from the Pine, and that is in place of Jack Bates. So a Welshman replaces a Bristolian, And an enormous Fijian goes hurtling into the Saints defensive line, and a penalty surrendered.
Ball's underneath you.
Just isolated, wasn't he? Sam Graham did a really good job of locking on with the ball underneath, because he was isolated, went into that squeeze position, so he doesn't need to show that he's lifting the ball, he just needs to wrap round the torso. Good ball over the top, but no one with him. Worsley overruns it, he would have been the first in, and Harding off the back of the line out has to come in from the side and lift a leg.
They've been squeaky clean to this point. First penalty against Bristol, and look at the punishment that's meted out.
Wait!
A driven maul built, ready to go. It's just whether they can start the engine. A solid wedge formed by the Bears. So it goes to the backs, it goes to Toby Tane. Chick still manages to drive through for positive meters, and then the jackling jaws come locking down.
Well, the problem for Saints here is the clear out, because they go outside and he's got no one with him. Chick here goes on his own, gets away from Eogan a little bit, and Eogan has to go round the corner because of those two players that have fallen in the tackle. He has to go right round them, and Van Rensburg already over the ball. Really good technique from him.
Slow round the corner there, Benny, aren't they, the Saints forwards? I know they've chased shadows a bit in this first 20 minutes, and they're a man down, but when you get your first line out 5 metres out, you'd think they'd be a bit faster around the corner.
You also probably need someone from the backs latching on to Chick from the other side, because that's where the threat is. You try and look as you're going into a breakdown, or as you see who's going to carry, who's going to be the biggest threat, and you know that Jancy Van Rensburg, one of the very best over the ball.
Touched.
Half a charge, just sees the ball tumble into an awkward area, and Furbank has been so watchful back there all night.
Been outstanding, actually. Some of his kicking's been really, really good. I know the scoreline doesn't sound like the full-back for Saints is having a brilliant game, but he really is.
Well, he's very much a one-man band, or at least for the next minute and 13 seconds. That's when the 20-minute red will be served. We won't see Tadaro again, but we will see another Saints. And we might just see a scrum to them as Bristol's hands let them down. We saw Van Rensburg's turnover there. All the talk this week that he's going to be England qualified come next November. Interesting, he would have been playing against Fraser Dingwall. What do you make of him, Ashley?
As a player, I mean, we all know what he's about as a player, and it's great that he's staying long-term at Bristol. And there was talk about this before. I do think it is, like I mentioned at the top of the game, I just think it's a story right now. As a player, it's not something that you are focused on. I do wonder if he'll have to celebrate on the 1st of January. What does that look like when you celebrate citizenship 5 years? Does he become more English on the 1st of January, does he?
You drop the van.
Okay.
You drop the van, I think.
Did you celebrate when you got citizenship to the south of England?
I'm still not allowed in, technically.
Saints break.
Not on the ball, not on the ball.
And, well, there's a bit of wreckage left after that scrum that means the midfield can't be explored, so it's a little tighter, but it's still Saints ball. Finn Smith just delivers it into the stride of Craig Wright. Ambitious offload.
It was the right offload, though. Just maybe Graham slightly too far ahead, maybe a slight hesitation as he saw him coming, but I think if that goes to hand, Graham is through and attacking the line.
Okay, I'm going to stay this side.
So Saints back to the full complement. Rory Hutchison, fresh from starts against the All Blacks and Argentina in the Q&S for Scotland. He's going to slot into the centres, I think, and that'll mean that Litchfield will crop up on the wing. Super versatile, Tom Litchfield, so he'll feel very comfortable there.
Very versatile. I'm sure he'll feel very comfortable until he looks up and sees who's against him. One of the very, very quickest in the league, and as a centre, you're probably playing centre because you're not quite as quick as some of the wingers.
Litchfield, he's got some freakish qualities, though, so I'm sure he'll be trying to get one over on Rhys Samet. Hutchinson's been so good for Saints this year. I think he would have looked forward to... Hang on, let's listen in.
Callum, hang on, lads. Your pack leader. Just listen, mate. No, not you. Number one. That's 3 individual penalties against this player. Clearly kicks out the angle, drives across. If he doesn't improve behaviour, we know what will happen. Okay, thank you. Back here. I'll have a look
Feels
outside,
a little bit like one of those situations. A lot of the Irish fans maybe just talking last week about if you get the first scrum wrong and you get penalised in the first scrum, almost at the back of the referee's mind is, right, have they sorted it out? Are they better? And you feel that Iogan now has a huge job to try and prove to the referee. I just wonder whether conversations are going on. On the Saints bench, can we change this at all? How can we change the picture for the referee?
No competition.
There's a competition. The guy was in the air there.
Thunderous shot comes in. Oh, it's beautifully drifted into the space where Fitzharding just accelerates on. Then Chawatama. Then Jordan, who just pops it off the floor for a willing runner, keeping it alive. Ravovo, the latest to be on the scene first, fighting through the challenges. Mata, Chawatama, Harding, a triumvirate of big ball carriers, but instead it's Woolmore.
Advantage, offside, God.
Penalty in the back pocket for the Bears to work with. Grondona, Thacker, they are finding avenues through. Too tepid a tackling, whipped from the hand of Marmion, and Ravovo.
Offside, God.
Fluffs his lines.
Yeah, it's a brilliant tackle. And
Thangasar
to dislodge the ball, but there's definitely competition. If you go up, doesn't matter, the ball's so far over to the left, he can't go up and attack the ball. Really unlucky for Saints there, but Thangasar makes up for it. Good combination tackle, but penalty still coming, and the danger's not gone for Saints.
Did really well though, the Saints, didn't they, in that corner? He's a hard man to stop. Ravovo, I think maybe he lost control slightly, but he just did really well to put the bodies in the way, force the error. They're not relenting yet, are they, Bristol?
Hold.
Well, Grondona doesn't get any competition, even though he catches it outside his shoulder again. Thacker, just head popping up. No go forward. So Marmion may just have to go to the backs. Well, buried in there, finally emerges. Ian Tempest almost gets his head taken off by the parson. And Saints emerge, miraculously so. But it's loose, it's a gift. It's the man who just loves scoring against the Saints. Harry Thacker, he's 8 in his last 11 against Northampton. But it may be chalked off.
Okay, Dan, so we're going to look at the actions of 9 blue in an offside position.
Yeah, playing the arm of the player that picks it up, and then he then turns it over.
Thanks, mate.
Got to feel a bit nice done to here, Bristol.
The other player, sorry.
That's fine.
Ian Tempest was literally in the passing lane when they were on the Saints try line.
That player with the yellow boots there is an offside.
Is there a flick of the hand into the pass?
Go again, Dan, because we're seeing he's part of the
Williams.
We can't play the 9, that's what we're saying, is it?
Here we're going to see as a pass goes there. No, he's at the arms.
Yeah, it's whether he's in an offside position, so his feet have to be behind the hindmost player who's on his feet in the ruck. So he's in there, and then he backs off, but does he back off far enough? That's the angle they need to see.
Thanks. That looks pretty clear.
He's not still part of the ruck because he's not bound. He releases his bind here.
Engages.
Are his feet, but I think he might have
he's in the ruck and he's offside. Dan, back to me, please.
But the referee's saying it's not clear enough.
Yeah, with you.
Okay, Dan, a blue player is part of the ruck, and in an offside position, it'll be no try, offside. He's part of the ruck playing the 9. He's offside. Yeah,
I do think he stepped away from it, but it doesn't look great, does it, as an image to a referee? Being part of a ruck, jumping back, slapping the ball down. I get why he's got to that decision.
Number 9, offside, part of the ruck.
Play the 9. If you're part of the ruck, you can't play the 9 within a metre radius. So although he'd released his bind,
10, not 9,
if he hasn't got back on side, he's still deemed as part of that ruck in an offside position.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, let's have a chat with Northampton Saints, Sam Vesti. Sam, as tough a start as you could possibly wish for here at the gate. Obviously, you had the 20-minute red card to deal with. Do you think that that's the entire factor to how the scoreboard is at the moment for you?
No, definitely not the entire factor. We were second best to absolutely everything. Got a bit excited there. Second best to everything. Sorry, second best to move. If you look, just second best to react. Everything comes off the back of that. Yes, the red card doesn't help, but our actions have been pretty poor after that. We just need to get a couple of things right. Get back. Oh, let you man.
Well, Lewis Rees-Sammet is causing headaches for Sam Vesti. Almost gets away, and well, that was an uncomfortable watch for you there, Sam, breaking down the right.
Sam, are you good at poker? Because you're really good at hiding your emotions.
You know I'm not. You know I'm not.
I guess, Sam, the question is, for you as a coach, how do you solve that? How do you solve that sort of that desire piece of being second best around the half when you're watching up in the gods?
Look, you can't really do much. You can get the odd message on, but you know it's not going to have a massive impact. We will get back into this game. We will get some things right, and some things will go our way in the next little bit. But obviously, you've just given yourself an absolute mountain to climb, so it's very frustrating.
Right, Sam, we'll leave you in peace to enjoy and to ooh and to ah. And Archie McParland just breaks away a forward pass.
Position. But it's an offside position, isn't it? Because he's running from in front of him.
It's gone straight into him, so I don't see it's deliberate.
Oh, there we go. Not a deliberate offside. Just explaining to Callum Chick, the captain.
So I know Sam was giving Tom Litchfield a little bit of stick, but this is a hell of a bit of skill. Stays in field, around the back offload. That is hard doing. You've got to be strong to be able to get that away.
One goal, please. One goal.
And it's got his team 50 metres upfield.
I do think Woolmore's a little bit fortunate there, because he certainly deliberately catches the ball.
Did Woolmore scratch your car in the car park on the way in? You've had it in for him from the first scrum.
Not at all, but he was in front of the... It was a forward pass, he was in front, he's in an offside position.
And he came on helicopter, Joe, so... Doesn't deal in cars, Ben.
I was quite positive about him when he won that first scrum battle. He knew exactly what he was doing. That's a good thing, dark arts.
And there he is, the man in Ben Kay's crosshairs. Never scored a Premiership try, by the way. It's his 135th tonight. That would really grind your gears if he did that tonight. Saints questing for a route back into this contest. Finn Smith is smashed. Revovo is off. Revovo is go, go, go all the way to the bonus point.
Okay, thanks.
There's running riot.
Does that count as an assist for Ben Harden? Jancy van Rensburg. What a tackle this is. Reads the play perfectly. We know that Northampton love to go hard to the line. Pull back to Finn Smith. So does Jancy van Rensburg. Makes the shot. I think they're just checking in the background whether it actually hits van Rensburg and goes forward.
Got to be such a good defender to be able to do that bit of skill.
I think, does it go forward off van Rensburg's hand is what they're checking.
It looks like it's off his head.
Yeah.
That's what we got on field, mate. Nothing conclusive overall off the head.
No, off the head is good.
Thank you.
Off his head was the call. Yeah, absolutely spot on.
His arms in the tackle, mate, as well. There's nothing wrong with the tackle.
It's a sizable Swede as well. That would have missed my head by a mile. But this is the man. Look at him. He's reading the front door. He's waiting and waiting, biding his time to check if the pass goes flat to his teammate. As soon as it goes at the back, he's like a missile out there.
What I loved about that as well was Revovo's positioning, because he's there ready for the next tackle. So Finn Smith gets that away. Perfect defensive alignment. They know that play's coming. They've read it perfectly, and they've benefited with a great shot.
It's high risk, high reward defence, though. If one man slips or misses the tackle, Saints could easily get round the outside, so the timing's got to be bang on.
Marmion doesn't catch Finn Smith out of position enough, and he bravely runs into Thacker, and Mata dusted himself down.
Good choice, he left it. Good choice.
From that melting hit from Van Rensburg. Pat Lam was saying this week, he just doesn't have a bad game. His version of a bad game is an 8 out of 10 for another player, both sides of the ball.
Sam Vesti was chatting to us just a minute ago, saying he was so convinced the team were going to get back into this, Saints, but right now I just can't see how that is going to be. Even on a small kick contest there's no one really chasing and putting pressure on the catcher. Bristol have got it all their own way.
Well, they'll take anything they can get straight out from the kick. Just crumbs to feed on at the moment for these Saints. And the durability of this guy, Van Rensburg, as well. Started 42 of the last 43 Prem matches. Missed just one when he was at London Irish as well. You're getting value for money with Bernard Yancey Van Rensburg, and you're getting size when it comes to JJ Van der Mescht. 6XL jersey, but even he's not making headway at the moment, and Saints are in reverse once more.
Just not quite finding the running lines on the outside. Finn Smith's waiting for a runner on his shoulder. Everybody's just half a yard off.
Nice release and go again from Josh Kemeny.
It's too long. Into the 22, easiest call.
10 metres, mate.
It's poor that, because he's got time to set up. He made the decision early he was going to kick, and he gave himself the time, but when you're desperate for a foothold into the game, you can't give away easy opportunities like that, and now there's a knock-on as well.
Well, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
He was seeing it. That's a minute he'll want to forget in his young career. Oh, couldn't decide whether to go on the chest, over the head. He's probably got the same size hands as me, and it's always chest every day of the week. Never take a gamble like that. But even when Saints are kicking just previously, you have to kick for a purpose. You can't just kick to kick the ball away. You've got to have a full setup, where the kick's going to land, who's chasing. But that wasn't anything like that for Saints.
Right, guys, well, it's not just the Gallagher PREM coming at you on TNT after an astonishing first Ashes test in Perth that saw England taste defeat after just 2 days. Attention now to the day-nighter in Brisbane as Ben Stokes' side look to bounce back. Coverage starting at 3:30 a.m. Set your alarm clock on Thursday morning. TNT Sports 1 and Discovery Plus. Football Premier League, Crystal Palace hosting Man United. Hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Ruben Amorim's Man United at Selhurst Park. They're looking for a first victory there in 5 years. That's tomorrow from 11 on TNT Sports 1 and Discovery Plus. And coming back to the rugby, well, we're going to be back here at the gate. We're going to be back with Claire Thomas for PWR Bristol versus Gloucester Hartpury live midday TNT 2.
Stay high, low. Away.
The Bears with time to score more, already 4 to their leisure. Ravovo can't escape. Litchfield swinging from his ankles. Ambitiously fizzed across the face and then just effortlessly towed to the touchline by James Williams.
Just really good deception on everything that Bristol are doing. They've got so much more flow than Northampton, but just watch this ball to Harding. Flies across the face of Grondona. Grondona puts his hands up, tempts that defender, makes it a one-on-one tackle on the outside, rather than what probably would have been a two-man tackle and going backwards.
And when you're defending in that situation, you're in two minds all the time because you don't know which attacker you're going to have to hit, which means a lot of the time you just soak tackling and you don't end up getting a positive hit like we're seeing here. You can't get that control because you're trying to defend two men all the time.
What we do? Okay, yes, please, 9, use it. 9, you have had it.
Marmion, who, amongst all the chaos, has just controlled things so astutely. Not his best kick. Easy for Furbank, who's done a lot more uncomfortable high claims tonight. First sighting Nathaniel Sal.
Sorry, Nine. Sorry, mate.
And Finn Smith.
Thank you.
That's to catch his opposite number.
Retreat, Blue, retreat!
And a spiral sent back the way of Northampton.
Retreat, Saints!
Well, that is Aidan Boshoff, the Wales 20s winger, who's onto the field. And Boshoff by name, Boshoff by nature. Sees off a couple of Saints with his first carry of the night. Split loyalties for him. He's got a South African father and a Welsh mother.
Oh,
and that is a thing of beauty.
If you're Bristol as well in that kicking battle, you're so happy to just keep it kicking back down to Saints, letting them try and pin you back. Bristol and Jimmy Williams there just sat in the pocket. Probably didn't intend on getting that outcome of a 50-22. That doesn't matter. Just because they're so in control of this game, he's able to take those chances and try and find those corners and win his team the ball back.
I think Pat Lamy spoke about how they've been playing in the middle third of the field. That's what they've addressed over this autumn period with the internationals being on. He'll be delighted with that. 28 points up, and it's in the player's head. Right, let's get into the 22. He said before the game, we need more entries in the 22. We're quite good when we get there. We're just not getting there enough.
Fitzharding to Viliame Mata. Prowse gets a hold of him, and then Thacker, who's just been bouncing around with so much attacking intent, fires into a few more yellow jerseys. Chiwatama, no look. Reece Zammit. LRZ 2.0, bigger, faster, stronger. Can't punch a hole there. Oh, another big carry. More meters made post-contact. Fitzharding into the thick of things. The captain leading, Marmion just offering danger every time he picks the ball up in his hands. The Gates want more. They're not content with 4 tries in this first half as the phases ratchet up to double figures. Grondona onside, with the propulsion of Chiwatama.
No.
Solid, disciplined defence from the Saints, but they're beginning to creak. Bears 2 metres from the Northampton line.
Onside.
They take another half from an Argentinian carry. Williams, hands. Boshoff. Simply irresistible from the Bristol Bears.
That's a pretty outstanding couple of minutes from James Williams. Kicks the 50-22 to give them possession down there. Makes an enormous carry that gets them 5 metres from the line. And then a lovely stand and deliver pass. Really good drive from the forwards. Batley using that cannon arm on the floor to get them close to the line. That causes panic. They tighten up defensively, and 2 players from the outside actually stepping in from Northampton under that panic.
Yeah, and a lot of that's due to the pressure that Bristol are putting them under. They're trying to solve problems, Saints, but they're not doing it with a clear mind. And on the other side of that, Bristol Bears so calm around the ruck and confident in how they want to go about scoring their tries. They're in such control.
Wesley kicking like a dream, and there he is, the first Welshman to score this afternoon. Although he does have a South African father, as I mentioned, so I don't know who that gets chalked up to.
They're nearly halfway to the points total as well already.
So impressed how good Bristol are there around the ruck, just forwards recycling themselves, being efficient. It's such an area of the field to just 1 second late to a ruck and they get turned over instantly. Bristol just recycling the ball so well, and that's giving the backs easy walk-ins at the minute.
5 seconds.
Bristol themselves have also had to deal with a few changes. We've seen Boshoff, we've seen Reece Hammett also come on, so it hasn't been plain sailing formation-wise for them either.
No, it's not, but they've just probably got more experience out there, especially in the backs this evening. We've seen Van Rensburg and James Williams, who's, as proven so far, a really important cog in the Bristol wheel.
It has been a flawless first 40 minutes at Ashton Gate for the home side. 5 tries to the Bears and domination, utter domination over the Northampton Saints. Half-time, it's Bristol 35, Northampton 0. Thank you, Ugo, and well, if you're a Bears fan, you probably shuffled your sofa a little closer to the TV. If you're a Saints fan, you might just be watching from behind it. Only once before have Saints trailed by more at half-time. That was back in 2017 to Sarries. That was by 38 points. They have an enormous 40 minutes ahead of them if they're to turn around their fortunes, or first and foremost add some respectability to the scoreboard.
Wait here, wait!
Furbank has been a bright light on his comeback. They've been pretty steady in getting the minutes back into him, but he part of a very long injury list that includes Dingwall, that includes Freeman. Ollie Slightholme, he was meant to be here today, but a late change in the week build-up through injury. And that's why Hutchison is making do out there on the wing right now. Slips through the hands. And it's another mini win for Bristol Bears early in the second half.
Yeah, Saints doing really well to get the wide ball over the top, but completely losing that breakdown battle. Getting a low in the scrum half to get knocked back and dropping the ball in the end. And he even signs off the short kick-off for Northampton Saints. I mean, the plan was clearly to kick a short kick-off, go 10 metres on the money, but they had no one chasing it and putting pressure on. Seems strange that you'd go in at half-time, come out with a plan, and then they don't execute. It's right now, no, we're 90 seconds into the second half, but it's more of the same so far.
And some concern for Ed Prowse and for Phil Dowson as well. Already forced into a reshuffling from the Edo Tadaro.
Time on, please.
20-minute red card.
Thanks, lads.
And well, he acknowledged in the week, he said, we've had some ugly results in recent times down here in Bristol. Prior to this evening, they conceded 145 points in their last 3 visits. And, well, a double century is looming large at the moment with the addition of tonight's points.
First half has caused another reshuffle for Northampton. They brought on Tom West because Iogan was in the back books of the referee, and it's not getting much better. West's left shoulder just going down and rolling in slightly. The referee's given him the benefit of the doubt now, but you feel if Northampton want to change the picture in the referee's mind about which pack's on top, they have to be squeaky clean here. Bristol put in, so there'll be no rush to get the ball out from the Bears.
Just stood up, just stood up. Just stood up.
McParland looking to drive some tempo, looking to deliver all 145 kilos of JJ van der Mescht into the Bears' defence. McParland spots half a gap, finds support in right, former England 20s teammates. Van der Mescht. They just haven't been able to get the gargantuan South African on the ball enough. Sam Graham carries abrasively. Hutchison, Smith. Oh, just beyond the fingertips of Reece Hammett. And for the first time, there's real intent, there's real threat to the way that the Saints are attacking. Prowse back on his feet. Smith goes it alone, almost slips through the hole. Phases mounting up for the first time and a penalty to work with as an insurance policy.
Not you, not you.
McParland, inside ball. Mixing up the attack, but we come back for the penalty.
Playing on the tackle, player number 1.
Better from the Saints, but they'll be worried to see this huge hit. We know what Bill Matter can do. The last thing you want is to be releasing a late pass with him in your tackling channel. Watch the whiplash here.
Number 1,
completely blindsided, right into the ribs, but he's committed. It's within a step of the pass going away, not late.
Yeah, Temper, there's no
You've got to be brave to go to the line and release a late pass, but Bill Matter's not going to give you any sympathy at all.
It's going to be sore in the morning for Hutchinson. Saints need to make something of this now. In the 22 again.
Good.
There we go. Story of the night so far for Saints.
You've used the floor, knock on.
They
use the floor.
Do get a reprieve though, the big right hand of Grondona, and then the mix-up. Such was the haste of the Bears to scoop up the stolen ball.
One blue.
One of two Pumas who were, well, they were playing 6 days ago, in fact, at the Allianz Stadium, Twickenham, him and Pedro Rubiolo. There's an increasing cohort of Pumas, and Jake Wilmore has departed the field, and it heralds the arrival of Max Leith for his first appearance of the season. He has finally navigated the ankle injury that he picked up against Bath in the playoff loss in June.
Brought on now to try and give his all props, their first efforts, their biggest effort at a scrum. So he's been sent on to try and get a momentum shifting penalty. He's gone too early there, that's why the free kicks come.
Not on the side, 8 feet. Not on the side. Not here. He's marked. Free kick.
Late shift. Chick. Huge collisions as Bears throw their bodies at the yellow jerseys of Northampton, desperate to get on this scoreboard. The late arrival, the behemoth from the land of the Springboks, JJ van der Mescht, travelling at that pace with that size. He ain't getting stopped.
I think he stopped himself because he'd overrun it, and then the ball almost just stuck under his arm, and he just collapsed over the line, and no one was going to stop him. A big stumbling block of flats falling over.
What we've come used to now, the dance at the set piece for the quick tap. Saints doing well, but Van der Mescht looked like he was almost falling into bed by the end of it. And the big man gets over.
Believe it or not, he used to be heavier. 165 kilos he clocked in when he arrived at Stade pre-season, and he claims he eats 1 meal a day.
Starts at 8, finishes at 6. Look, I liked Phil Dowson's quote, actually. I think he was asked, what's his ideal playing weight? He said, that doesn't bother me. If he can't run around and do what he's doing, then that becomes a problem, but he can be whatever weight he wants to be as long as he can do his job.
Scrum.
Ian Tempest, it's been the team. When you're a policeman and you're off the beat and you go to the office, you're then behind the desk for a bit too long. They're trying to get you back on the street. I think that's what we're seeing here. His timing's just a bit off. He's used to clicking buttons and sending down incidents.
Don't look at the big screen. Don't look at the big screen.
Finn! Bind! Set! Ready! Out it goes. Out it goes.
Clear instruction. McParland's.
No clear, go forward.
Is he lucky there? Instructed to get the ball out, and we're ultimately going to have a reset.
No clear, go forward, around on the mark.
Having some joy though here, Saints, at the scrum. Just goes to show in having different props on the bench, making changes can just shore the scrum up. Actually looking slightly dominant now in the scrum.
It's actually a bit more in line with how they've been this season. It's Bristol who've had the creaky scrum, and it's Saints who've really weaponised theirs. They've been averaging a penalty kind of every one of their own 5 feeds, and just to curse Trevor Davison, it's a penalty to the Bears.
Elbow down, collapse.
Ben, your jaw is there in the technical zone.
Yeah, I just got a similar expression as Trevor Davison there. I wasn't sure that it was him that went first, but he's saying it's the elbow. And that's what forces Lahiff down.
Judge there, what? Yeah. I'll keep working with you, mate. I'm trying to be as slow and
he's
safe
still
as I
up,
can.
and his elbow's pointing up.
He's just gone too
I'm
hard,
bemused by that one.
Sorry? When Max has gone back at him. It's never stationary, yeah.
Can the TMO come in for the ref?
I haven't.
Bristol continue to take this contest seriously. They go to the tee, they go to faultless Sam Worsley, and they go to 38 to Northampton 7.
I didn't see the replay, but he's on the pitch.
Smart move from Bristol. Not done much this first 10 minutes of this first half, not needed to really. As soon as they get an opportunity, no matter how it comes, just take the points and look to go again in complete control.
Is this second player off?
He's had a good game, I mean, I'll be quite annoyed that he's come off so soon unless it's for injury.
I think a big factor of why he's off will be to get Sam Wilson home onto the field for the first time in 10 months. Complex hamstring strain in Portugal on a pre-season camp. And it's been a good night for Lovejoy Chowatama to replaced by young Jimmy Halliwell, 20 years old.
Release.
Made his Bears debut, age 18, a bit of a propping prodigy. Wilson home. Hits that so sweetly, and Furbank just lands his buddy Finn Smith in the hottest of Bristol waters. Litchfield battles. Prowse tight to the line. Beautiful feet from Hutchinson. Balletic in finding just the tiniest of chinks in that Bristol chainmail. Prowse again, but errant. And Furbank gathering despite cheers from Ashton Gate that it may have gone forward. Chaos as the ball bounces around off various bits of Saints and Bears anatomy. Packers slow to get out, but the hands are super slick. But they've actually gone forward, and Archie McParland can't believe it.
I'm giving what I see.
No, I don't mean this. I know, but I mean, my breakdown is clear.
I can't change it right now, mate. Just scrum for a pass. Just on that.
I know they're countering. Yeah. Even when they're countering, they still can't kick it through.
Right, should we talk to the happier coach of the two, Pat Lamb? Pat, could this have gone any better for you?
Oh, it's in the past now. I mean, we started at half-time. The boys did brilliantly because they just did their jobs, played for each other, worked hard and brought the physicality, because Saints, we know, the fastest starting team in the competition. So we focused on that, controlled the middle really well, but I'm not quite happy at the moment because we're 7-3 down. That's the score as far as we're concerned. So that keeps us balanced around staying on what we said we're going to do, and we can go, keep trying to go through a round over to get down to the other end.
Well, Pat, we're seeing your adaptability once more. I don't want to sort of bring your mind to the physio room, but you've lost a couple of players in all of this and having a reshuffle. So is that part of the challenge that you've set your team at half-time in this second half, as well as winning it?
Well, I said this to my coaching team, injuries are going to happen everywhere. You're watching the internationals everywhere. The real challenges for coaches is how we adapt and how we adjust things. Certainly when things happen every game so far, and we're down on firepower, it's just adjusting it to suit. The boys are hungry, but adjusting them to suit the skill set we have at that time and what we have at the moment. And one thing these boys will do, they'll fight for everything. So giving them the opportunity to do that and really pleased in the way Sam Worsley, Kieran Marmion and Jimmy Williams have driven the game, and now Sam Woolstone's coming up and he'll join that. So, you know, work is work, and the other guys just work and be ready to give options and let the other and react to what the shot callers call.
Pat, you've obviously played some good attacking rugby, but probably the most impressive thing is how many errors you've forced Northampton into. You're targeting the breakdown, not necessarily coming up with lots and lots of turnovers, but people sort of falling through and just making it really difficult to get their ball back. Has that been a big area of focus against a team like Northampton that likes to attack with the ball?
Yeah, spot on, Ben. You know, we've got to challenge the breakdowns and so forth. See, this sort of thing that annoys me with that scrum. Although we're playing, someone's buttoned off, and you know, we can't button off any moment against these guys.
We'll let you get back to the game. Thank you very much, Pat.
Cheers, thank you.
Against all the odds, the Bears have emerged with the ball safely in their hands. A scrum that was disintegrating in front of the very eyes of Sam Wolstenholme. And again, he's battling to get the ball free.
Done that replacement prop has got a lot of blood from his face.
Reece Samet bounces and rides the challenge and heads back in for a bit more. Space spotted on the flank, and Saints head back.
Okay, I'll buy you some time.
It's really smart there for Sam Woolstencroft. Just find the corner. They had a good go there, Bristol. Both sides of the pitch, trying to find an edge, didn't find it, and that is definitely a development we've seen
you're going to have to get that,
from the Bristol Bears.
You've got a lot of blood on your face.
His head on head there, it's going to have to be checked.
I don't know. He's got a lot of blood here. So, lads, guys,
I think it might have been before that.
Just.
There's a lot of blood there. It could have just been right at the end.
On the face.
But has he already got blood on his face? Yeah, he's already got it, hasn't he?
Thanks. I've stopped for the treatment and I've asked. No.
It's rather in keeping with Max Verheef's general vibe, isn't it?
There is some head
I think he went on bleeding, to be honest.
Do you want us to put it on the screen to have a look at it?
No, if it's a penalty, mate, I'll go back at the penalty, but I'll explain it. So it's an upright tackler.
He'd look just as home in the Coliseum.
It's a player in, so it's a low degree of danger and then mitigated
on
down.
Max over there, we do have a high tackle. It is a penalty only, because it's low danger, but it's going to be a penalty back over there.
I bet you I know where the blood's come from.
Have you got a number down? Who it was, the tackler?
He's got cauliflower ears. And cauliflower ears are really, really hard, and they tear. When you're in a scrum, that last scrum was a big shunt on him. I bet he's already bleeding as he gets up from that scrum, but having had a look now, they've seen a slight head contact, so it's just a penalty only, so they're going to come back.
Okay, cheers, mate. Okay.
Give Bristol a penalty on the cross of the 15 and the 10-metre line.
Number 11, high tackle.
Yeah, it's head on head.
Fangusa, the man to be punished for the head-on-head contact that glanced on his debut there. Came down from Glasgow this summer. He is impressed in the Premiership Cup, but this is very much a step up
on the line,
Saints. 2-1-1-6.
Bristol have been so clinical this evening in this area. Whatever it's been, line out, maul, pick and go, wide play, they've nailed it. So Saints got to be alert here. It's going to be some more of the same.
Inside's good.
They'll have the voice of Pat Lam ringing in their ears as they build this maul, trailing 7 points to 3 in the second half. That was objective number 1. And at the moment, they're coming out second best, but they found an avenue.
Advantage, side entry.
Through the Saints, Tom Pearson is on and just destroying.
Side entry, number 12.
On for Sam Graham, by the way.
7, side entry.
Involved with England A again.
It was 12.
Against the
number 12,
All Black 15.
Side entry.
How about that for a stat, chaps, in terms of penalties conceded? 3 times the amount of the Bears.
Fair bit of that. From that early scrum dominance that the Bears had, that Northampton have come back in that regard. But
yeah, that's fine.
When you just can't get a foothold in the game, the decisions start to go against you because you chase things
12,
and you get a little bit isolated, you fight individually.
Plenty of bodies. And nice and simple to the middle. No shifting around, no subterfuge. Just a good old-fashioned line out. With a lot of big bodies arriving to add some ballast. The more defence on both sides has been impressive tonight. Very little movement forward, but Saints...
There's a player clearly on his knees under the maul, prevent them from going forward. On your feet.
Are illegal, and the penalties are ratcheting up now.
We're up the side from the Saints from the start there, Benny, aren't they? The Northampton Saints players, no one's really getting behind the ball.
Van der Mesch had just got in there. Legally, had sort of come from his own side, but it was on the other side. The referee had spotted someone on their knees, preventing the drive. And those penalties now put pressure on the referee. I think if they give another one away here, it's at least a warning, if not a yellow.
They brace themselves for the Bears. And once again...
Van der Mesch might get through to Thacker here, look. He's got through, cracked right through, done really, really well, but the ball comes out.
Down just in time, and Williams makes some stodgy meters. A lot of blue jerseys queuing up here.
Knock on.
That dropped.
Play on.
And now it could be on for Finn Smith and his backline. Kick pass. Furbank. Finally a bit of room to run. He's been fighting fires at the back all night.
Under pressure, lads. Everyone's out of place. Knock on. I'm coming back. I'd do the same for you. I'd do the same for you.
Only a little bit of me feels really sorry for forwards in this situation. You've done 3 driving mauls.
Thanks.
You managed to win it back after another fight from Northampton Saints. You go to the middle and then you go straight back to the forwards and expect them to catch it and make yards. I don't think you can have a go too much when they're dropping that ball, having worked so hard. I think the Saints backs have got to take more, the Bristol backs, sorry, have got to take more responsibility and control in that. After your forwards have worked so hard, you cannot expect them just to keep constantly carrying the ball.
Equally, turnover. Northampton kick it away. They lose that opportunity and they're back on their own line with a scrum.
I'll slow it down even more for you, okay, so you let them know the cadence.
A bit more rugby to offer you beyond that PWR that's going to be here tomorrow. We've got the Gallagher PREM, of course, and it's Saracens versus Bars. That is a heavyweight fixture tomorrow, 2:30 PM, TNT 1. You don't want to miss it.
Hey, Cleo, let's go, Seamus, last. Let's see it now. Yes, Cleo. Standing here. That's it. Hey, Craig, let's see it. No, on me, boys. Close, you on me.
Down in, mate, I'll go right. Twos.
I'll talk to you again.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold on. Hold.
Short, hard, deliberate line, full of intention from Toby Tame.
Advantage, he is offside.
Josh Kameny, the Australian back row. Ed Prowse is driven back into the stands. Goodness me, there's double hits and there's double hits, and that was a double hit.
Offside.
Half didn't need to happen either, did it? They already had an advantage. Ian Tempest wanted to see if they would make a break from there. Not to be. Max the Heath was under it. Finn Smith, you just want to see him take control of this game a little bit for Northampton Saints now. 38, 31 points down. Been really frustrated for the past few weeks for England in not getting an opportunity that definitely qualified for. Need to see a bit more of him now.
Picks out the biggest frame available. Van der Mesch. Late ball from Hutchinson and an injection of pace from Furbank. A ball weighted to perfection. They haven't scored many, but that one is a beauty from the Saints and Tom Litchfield.
I think that's probably Furbank's biggest USP, his ability to hit the line at a quicker pace than most other people. If you see, he's already around Boshoff, isn't he? Half around him. That forces the outside player, Isamet, to stay. He has to hold and hold and hold. The kick comes in, and then it becomes the foot race. and already facing the right way. Really good finish, but the kick perfectly weighted from Furbank, and his injection of pace is what Northampton will be delighted to see back.
Just as we mentioned him as well, Finn Smith, he's the man that fires the pass across. Good to see those boys linking up again. It's been a while. And that's what we've seen from Saints a lot this season. When they're in control and when they get good gain line off set piece, they're so dangerous. But tonight they've just not been allowed, and a lot of that's been down to Bristol's really killer defence.
Bit of housekeeping for you as well. Robbie Smith on for Craig Wright, and Tom James making his first appearance of the season after struggling with a back on for McParland. And from a Bristol perspective, Joe Owen.
They have to be disciplined not to compete. It's not the man over the ball. Roll away.
Well, Saints' big thing now, isn't it?
You want to
chase that bonus point.
Clearly away.
That's the first little tick in their box that they're desperate to get. Opportunity for them now. They'll feel that Bristol have switched off a little bit. The scrum's starting to go their way.
That's open.
It's not the result they would have wanted, but it's better than nothing.
And when Pat spoke to us, you could sense that he kind of thought this might happen with his players by him saying it's 7-3, we've not won anything yet.
Did he land on anyone at the front? Advantage, thrown across.
That was the past, as he said without mincing his words.
Thrown across, landing on the lift there.
They've lost all that fluency, haven't they?
At the front,
and it's Saints who grasp the nettle now.
Yeah, and had they not let that last try in, I think they might have been in with a chance, but I do think the 38-point target is going to be too much for them. But that's what makes this league so good, is that we have seen teams being able to come back from a deficit like that. We had one last night, not as big, yes, but the Exeter Chiefs still came back.
Real fight in the air, and one that the Saints claim right to the line, and just a jumble off the chest as Tame was beginning to burst through.
Knock on, we've asked for the scrum. We've asked for the scrum.
These are the ones, if you are going to make a charge, a late charge, you need these to stick. It's a great line. Just need softer hands. It's all there for him, the space, half a gap. Hutchinson puts on a plate, he just snatches at it. Saints are half through a gap there.
Well, Toby Tame still studying at Durham University, by the way. First Prem start, he comes from a long lineage of Saints. His dad, John, played in a Pilkington Cup final back in '91, and well, he's so much a student, he was there watching them against Loughborough on Wednesday night. So it's a big day for Toby Tame and the Tame family.
I do like that bit of the Midlands. Northampton and Leicester, both the same. There's a lot of history, a lot of families that continue playing for the club. Whatever's gone before them, it tends to be the kids or whatever, grandkids will end up playing professional rugby. Not the same everywhere, but definitely for those two clubs.
Furbank looks like he's never been away. That's all the credit to him. He's had a dark cloud following him for the last 12 months, blighted by injuries, and there is Kundiona, the Zimbabwean international, hit low, and a penalty conceded, with Williams in the thick of it once more.
Yeah, he's had a bit of an all-court game, hasn't he? Done lots of things well. Saw that 50-22 in the first half. Some big carries, and as a centre pairing, they're pretty nifty over the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, he's not one of the big names that got mentioned enough for me, that when he was out, all the star James were injured, but he was one of them too. And he's a guy, he can play fly half, he plays 12 obviously really well, he just does everything. He seems to be the guy that has linked. 11 weeks is a long time to be out, and to play so well tonight, straight back in.
One of the many who've benefited from time in the Championship, him with Hartbury, lots with the Bedford Blues DNA on them, out there playing for Saints tonight. And Walsall was looking for a favour from the referee. Instead, he got the ball pinched from his finger. Bangu Sao gets given pretty short shrift down that right wing. Welcome to the Prem.
Joe Owen came in late. Chewing gum tackle, and Joe Owen over the top.
Right, I believe Claire Thomas is with Kieran Marmion.
No competition.
Indeed, Kieran, thanks for your time. We just heard Pat Lam say that the message at half-time is it's 0-0, go out and attack the second half. But are we seeing here how in practice, actually, that's really hard?
Yeah, it's always tough when you're so far up on the scoreboard. But I think it also means Saints got to play a bit. So they've really come out and started playing their game. So it's always going to be tough, but just about how we finish now. So hopefully we can finish the game strong.
Speaking of Pat Lam, how many times this week has he said the word territory to all of you?
Yeah, especially the halfbacks. A lot of talk about playing the game in the right area. Obviously, when the ground and the conditions get a bit wet, we just felt if we put our forwards in the right area, we can get some good returns out of it. So I think we've done that quite well in the first half, and I think we got a good few points on the scoreboard from that.
You mentioned the halfbacks. You have put in a pile of work since Harry's injury, since the fact that there's not a single fit scrum half apart from yourself in BS3. Massive responsibility for you. How has that been?
Yeah, well, it's a bit weird that everyone got injured at the same time, but
5 and 11, yellow please.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed playing those last few games. Loved the game time, and yeah, hopefully just keep going as well as we can.
Just lastly, quick one. Harry Randall was singing your praises at half-time. Have you got a message for Rands?
Well, I keep watching him as well and learning from him. So I think we both keep pushing each other and learning from each other, and I think it's going pretty well for us.
Great to hear from you, Kieran. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of this one.
Thank you very much.
Good.
He can put his feet up in the knowledge that he's played a big role in this Bears favoured scoreboard. But the job isn't done yet. There's still a whole chunk of this match to come, and a lot of talent arriving from the bench as far as Saints are concerned. Archie Benson on for JJ van der Mescht, and the electric pace of James Pater as well on for the debutant Armena Bangu Sao.
I'm not having it. The scrum halves get on as well as what Marmion was saying. They're a nightmare, those lot.
Any messages for him? I don't rush back.
There isn't a... Is there a more competitive position on the pitch than the scrum halves? I'm not sure. So in training, they're definitely at each other, trying to get one over on each other. Marmion will be upset he's not on for pushing for a hat-trick this evening.
It's sort of a case of keep your friends close, keep your scrum halves closer.
Definitely a bit of that. It's a smart tactic to use as well, Joe.
Stand up. That's the one. Great pressure.
It needs to be better. You can't just fall in longer bind. Let's go. Grab master stuff. Okay, we'll bring over.
He's immensely fit, Max Lee.
Perfect.
Loves.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not your usual prop shape. He's in good nick.
Okay.
But you can do all the training in the world when you're not playing. As soon as you get back to the scrum, all these resets really take it out of you.
Crunch! Bind! Set!
Just a little bit long-legged there. Ball's going to come out.
Off go the Bears. Off goes Rhys Samet, but a toe caught by the England 18 international James Pater. Might just be the fastest player on the pitch, and there's some wheels out there.
Doesn't look like he's got up great from that, Rhys Samet, holding his arm as he's running back to full-back position.
Furbank rides the challenge from Thacker, who comes back for more. Then it's the turn of Kundiona. Saints breaking free from the shackles. They've been locked in under their own key. Finally a bit more like the Northampton we know. Pearson, Smith, gliding, intercepted, and Williams. Of course it's Williams. And of course it's Furbank. Backfield, midfield, in the melee. He's good for a high ball. Smith just getting his options cut off as a crescent of blue jerseys come up fast out wide. Eventually, a knock-on does come in that passage, and the first one came from a Saints hand.
Done so well tonight, Bristol, in just making the right read. I don't know if that's Saints making their attack slightly too obvious for Bristol to get up and read their one-man hits and get the turnover. We've seen it a lot. Bristol nailing their man and causing turnovers.
Time off, change. 7.
Loving our rugby here, but it is Ashes season, and the second test is coming up Thursday morning. Set your alarm clocks early. It's a 3:30 a.m. start on TNT1 as Ben Stokes' boys look to bounce back after that 2-day defeat in the first. Football to Crystal Palace, hosting Man United at Selhurst Park. Ruben Amorim's side desperate for their first victory there in 5 years. That's tomorrow from 11 on TNT Sports 1 and Discovery Plus. And last, but very much by no means least, Premiership Women's Rugby. The PWR right back here at the gate. Bristol versus Gloucester Hartpury, live tomorrow midday, TNT2. And in amongst all of that, a mention for Tom Gwilliam, who has bounded on in place of Harry Thacker, a debut for the Bristol Bears replacement hooker, who wasn't going to be in the 23 until minutes before the match started. Reece Samet, so much space, so many numbers. Revovo on the edge, and the cover is fierce from the Saints. The threat snuffed out for now, but more blue jerseyed Bears arriving. And Rensburg power slides to collect the tumbling ball.
Playing without a 10 at the moment, the Bears. Worsley down in backfield.
It's fine.
Back into heavy traffic. He's certainly relishing the physical battle since returning from NFL. Reece Samet comfortable throwing himself into the big bodies of the forwards, looking for a pop off the floor. Instead, he might have just found a Saints jackler. Still here, Joe Owen, another man in England A colours a fortnight ago. The physicality, the confrontation, unrelenting out there right now. Luka Ivanishvili, who's entered the fray, the Georgian.
Penalty advantage.
Huge power coming from the Pine, and Bears greedy for more scores. And, well, I think that
over the top.
Worsley was ricocheted from a shot from a Saints player into his own man, like a plant in the snooker.
I thought it was Reece Samet wants that much contact these days, just hitting his own players. He's definitely come back with a bit more physicality since his return, finding himself in areas of the park where he needs to take contact. Yeah.
Dan, I've seen that's a tackle off the ball. It'd be a penalty, yeah?
It's a tackle.
No, I think he's trying to get to the ball carrier, though, so he's not actually, he's just trying to get to the ball carrier.
Okay, so it's not foul play.
They're looking at the post, how the contact came around. His own man got pushed into him. We go back for the penalty anyway.
No, that ball goes off. He's got ball here. Sorry. Thank you. Post. Yeah, I can't discuss it out of the penalty. I will come and find you. I promise you I'll come and find you.
They are keen to close this game out and put it beyond any doubt. It's felt that way since about half an hour in. Sam Worsley's taken a bit of punishment in the last few minutes, but now composes himself to maintain his 100% record from the tee and move Bristol to beyond the 40-point mark. Well, I think it's time to start talking about the player of the match contenders.
Yeah, here they are. Fitzharden, I think every single time Bristol play, he's got near 20 tackles, double-figure carries every game. Marmion's got 2 tries. James Williams, as we mentioned, had an outstanding game on his return. Van Rensburg celebrating his England residency in a couple of weeks. A bit too early for that. And George Furbank, that man on the ball, great to see him back playing and playing so well.
Just as you say that, he gives Finn Smith a hospital pass. Can't blame the Saints for trying to race from here. Big kick, huge distance, turns Furbank. The two at the back. Amble back, Finn Smith not getting there quite quickly enough. Furbank throws in the ball, and then it's a long way away. Two players come in immediately, backed up by guess who? And Jancy van Rensburg straight over the ball, wins another penalty at the Jackal.
13th penalty of the night, that from Saints. It's in keeping with their season. That's what they average per game. They do that when they're winning. Tonight, it is very much a different story. They're going to bid farewell to their undefeated start to the season. 4 wins and a draw till this point, but a wounding loss. Finn Smith has just had his skeleton rearranged by a right share of a goal of a bear. Aidan Bartram with a slip cut worthy of the Ashes. Can't quite carry himself all the way to the line.
Oh, he thinks he's got loads of time. What a hit that is. I actually think it's the mullet that slows Bosch up here. He'd have got there without the extra mullet. Never Ben Kay's problem, that. Oh, it's a great read, isn't it?
Actually, Hutchinson does really well to get a hand on the ball and prevent him having that long place.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Still 4 minutes though. Saints are more than capable of picking up 2 tries. Trying to salvage something from this evening.
Finn Smith has had a rather uncomfortable reintroduction to the Gallagher PREM, hasn't he? He has taken a lot of punishment out there, and you used the word, Ashy, earlier, so too Phil Dowson. Frustration at the core of him at the moment. It's been a funny old international period, flying high after the Six Nations and then underused on the lines, and now the autumns, but he's still got it. He can still manipulate a defence, no doubt about that. Puts Litchfield through, but another error means it's another scrum and another opportunity for the Bears to close out this match in the ascendancy.
Well, 14-6, the handling errors in Bristol's favour. That's been the story of Northampton, really, isn't it? Anytime they've made a little half break, they've not been able to hold those passes.
Are we good to go, lads? Or... OK, time off, please. Time off.
Yeah, on Finn Smith.
Time, mate. Okay.
He's going to be frustrated. He's a world-class player. He goes to the Lions. And it's just unfortunate that Steve's gone with a 6-2 bench, which means we lose that fly half, and we've got Marcus Smith who can play fly half and fullback, so he covers all around. I mean, Joe Ford's playing so well, someone has to lose out, unfortunately, and it's not because of his ability as a player. It's just because we are quite blessed right now in the situation we've been, and George Ford playing so well. So the key for Finn is just not to get too frustrated by it. His chance will come, and his opportunity will definitely be there long term with England. So just got to keep playing as well as he does for Northampton for when the opportunity comes back round.
Sorry, lads, time off. It looks like his hamstring's possibly gone, so I'm not going to make him continue, make it worse, won't I? Time off, please.
Concern here for Tom Litchfield, and that'd be deeply concerning for Phil Dowson.
It's an injury, mate, isn't it? Just
likes of Jack Ram,
it's a contact injury, so
Freeman, Dingwall, Slightholme. The list is long and very distinguished, with some rarefied talent that are unavailable because they're injured, some longer than others. Freeman's probably the new year.
He
won't want to lose Litchfield.
No, definitely not. But obviously, this is stating the obvious as a coach of such a good team, but he wouldn't have expected this scoreline tonight, would he have? They've been so good this season.
Yeah, they've been really, really poor. You know, we mentioned at the beginning of the game a few decisions maybe went against them, and they seem rattled by that. They couldn't find another way back into it. And Bristol, one of those teams that once they get on top, they just play with such fluidity that they can dominate games. And they haven't had their best season, they haven't had their most consistent season, Bristol, but when they have won games, you know, think of Leicester, that first game of the season, they put big scores in, and they can absolutely hammer home any sort of advantage in a game.
Let's go, lads, thank you.
A recurring theme of Pat Lamb this week is pride in the adversity that they have navigated. That win against Exeter, having to delve so deep into their toolbox, and have really relished the Prem Cup as well in terms of exploring these youthful options, and a lot of those players have now been elevated into the senior ranks with a view for the rest of the season. So while a curse, I guess it can be a bonus as well, a silver lining.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, and he's clever using that adversity in their favour, because it creates that team spirit that, well, he can achieve anything this year when the stars come back.
And no star shines brighter than Ravovo, and a new one being born down the right with him. Aidan Boshoff, one try already for the Welsh youngster. And Saints scrambling. Pearson looking to disrupt. Width on the pass, but it scuds along the floor, and Ivanishvili can't pouch it cleanly. Reece Samet. Contact seems to be finding him, and vice versa at the moment. Worsley, who's had an assured game at 10. Ravovo. What tricks has he got left? Thrown back across into his own half. Fitzharding dispensed with the head guard. Van Rensburg. 50-22. Teasing with the line, and right into the heart of the Saints 22 in the closing minute.
He wants the ball as well. He wants Summit to get the ball in and play. He's not happy with just a 50-22. Locks up, sees the space, but the seeing the space and actually executing the skill as well as that. Kicking the ball into the floor, using the momentum end over end. He's been all action tonight.
Fellas, come on, let's go, we have to go.
Shaking his head. I think maybe he doesn't want the forwards to drive this. He fancies a go off the back.
But it will be the forwards. It will be the Bears hunting the line and helping themselves to a sip and making it emphatic at the gate. And it's Luka Ivanishvili, the Georgian Black Lion, now a fully fledged try-scoring Bear.
It's a really good setup. Saints risk it, go up. Can't blame them for that, but as they land, just watch how well Bristol set this up. And they're immediately moving. Saints don't get that first shot to stop the momentum, knock the Bristol Bears back. And as soon as they're heading towards the line, they just roll into infield slightly, lose a lot of yellow shirts behind you. And Ivanishvili finding that line under his eyes and just falling over with the power of the players in front of him.
22 on Tuesday. Nice way to mark 22 laps of the sun for Luka Ivanishvili. Sam Worsley misses for the first time, but to a man, these Bears have barely missed a beat all match. 6 of the best from the ruthless Bristol Bears. More woe at the gate for the Saints. Full time here, Bristol 46, Northampton 12. The league leaders are no longer undefeated.